What's up, my fellow cultists? Don't tell the others, but I like you the best. This is your friendly neighborhood crypt keeper Eli, and today we'll be trying something a little new. We're calling it the Critheaded Concoction of Terror, subject to change. It'll be a cosmic horror movie review show, but it's very much in the vein of go watch the movie first and come listen to this afterwards because we'll be spoiling parts. So if you're interested in Lovecraft, go beyond the Call of Cthulhu RPG or Delta Green and such, then come hang out with us as we review our first cosmic concoction, the Reanimator.
So to begin the deliberation, would you rather Healy into the room before having sex or Healy out of the room after having sex?
After?
Yeah, it's like a celebratory thing.
Thinking about it.
Honestly, I was going to say after as well. Because, like, you have sex, you fucking, and be like, all right,
Right.
I gotta have an exam early in the morning. I gotta
get
study.
my ass
And then
outta
you get
here,
out,
shit.
and then you go,
Slide that shit
got
out.
Healy at this bitch. Yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with after.
After, for sure.
Yeah.
At
I
the
mean,
same
you're
time,
just like, working into that shit.
if you're with a girl
Jesus Christ.
and you Healy in before,
Right.
and she's like still into it, you know that
Right.
bitch is gonna be a good time.
Oh, yeah.
It's a true test.
So it's more for like the test part of it, like
Yeah,
to
like
see what's gonna
like
happen.
you start like doing all this thing, and then you push her on the bed, and then you're like unbuttoning, and then you Healy over,
Right.
and then
See
she's
how
like,
what she does,
yeah,
right?
either she's gonna what the fuck,
Okay.
or she's gonna be like,
Yeah. Right.
exactly.
I mean, maybe Healy both ways. Like if she.
You're asking a lot. That's not.
I mean,
what
do you?
it
I
is.
mean,
It's would you
are you
rather.
gonna be like changing your shoes between hand? You know, you'd be like, I'm just
You
gonna put
have
these
to wear
Heelys
your
back.
shoes while you're having sex if you did it after.
Yeah, you could put them on right after, though. You could have them ready for you, just fucking waiting.
Just
waiting
like
on
at
you
the
just to
fucking
slip in
bottom
and
of the
go.
bed or
Healy,
whatever, right?
bitch. Ah!
I'm just imagining, like the one.
I got an
when
early
you
day
have
tomorrow.
the foot
I gotta go.
up. I got an early day. You Healy to work after. Oh my god. One night stands. So
Vape.
I don't.
And Healy.
Trying to be all Mr. Cool. You do it, and then you fall asleep, and then you wake up to do like the what do you call it? The morning after walk of shame.
The plan B.
Oh, it would make that walk of
Plan
shame
B, is
a
that what you're
lot.
talking about? That's
It would make
that's
the
the
walk
morning
of shame,
after.
though.
You know?
It would make the walk of shame a lot better.
If you
if you
Healy
could Healy out of that motherfucker.
like-
So
Gotta go,
so
bitch.
as-
But if she forgets the plan B, Healy into incoming traffic. That's the next part.
that
With the vape, with the vape.
that's solid. That
I mean, it makes sense and shit, you know.
no, it does. It really does. It really does.
And you're
Well,
you
especially
got
if
some
you're
speed
not
going on
used
that,
to the
too.
Heelys. Like for me,
I'm
if I'm
not
using
used
the
to the
Heelys for
Heelys.
the first time, I'm not gonna know how to.
I never had a Healy, so I would
Me
see
either.
kids like, fuck, that's so
Look
cool.
at it.
I had to Google.
So
I honestly, I had to Google just to see what they look like.
Oh yeah,
They still sell them, I'm sure, right?
Yeah.
Kids, but are kids healing?
I don't see a lot of
I
Heelys
don't-
out there.
I don't
I
hang
really-
around, and to be honest,
I really
Not
would
since
hope
the court
that,
order,
that
right?
kids don't
after the
Healy-
court order cleared, guys, I haven't.
I saw a kid Healy like 2 weeks ago. So they're still around.
Seriously,
Yeah,
are
they're
you
still
kidding
around.
me?
They're still doing them, man.
Can I ask, so is your kid like, Dad, I want.
No, not yet. I think he was thinking more along the lines of he would bust his ass.
Yeah.
You know?
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Even like at this age, with my balance and hand-eye coordination, even though it's my feet, not my hand-eye, I feel like my
And that
Healy's
would
just
be-
might not be for
my,
you. you
my, my eye-feet coordination. It wouldn't be great. I feel like it wouldn't be great. I'd be like super cool, but then like I'd slip.
It's a lot of brain power you're using.
Yeah, and then
Plus, like, the
land.
Vape, again, the vape.
The vape. I don't. So if I did the Heelys, would I have to take on the vape because I don't
Absolutely.
vape? So it'd be like a
Absolutely.
2-in-1, no matter what.
Especially in our age, if
you had Heelys-
if you're healing,
Yeah.
there's got to be a vape. In there.
And
Okay.
if you were healing, you would need to start vaping. I think.
Absolutely. That's
So it's a 2-for-1 deal.
Yeah. Yeah, it comes with it, I think.
Can I-
Crazy. A little aside. These kids.
You know what?
These kids nowadays
You know what?
have it so easy with
I
the
know.
vapes.
Man.
I know.
Dude,
So easy
crazy.
with the vapes.
You know what? I'm gonna do it because it's a 2-for-1 deal. The savings.
Yeah.
Just
Okay,
saying.
so I think. Honestly, I'm gonna do before.
Speaking of
do
which,
before.
just a segue.
Okay, before. So
Because honestly, as a female, if I did it,
Is that what you're?
if
Wait, hold on. Back up a little. Speaking of healing, can you imagine being reanimated and healing? And healing?
Oh, shit, that's right. All right, so we got our new show, everybody that listens to this measly podcast. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, man.
Segue.
We're gonna be 5,000 strong.
Yeah, so we're going to be doing trying something new. Basically, we're going to be doing some movie reviews, some cosmic horror movie reviews to go in line with the podcast that we're trying to create. The first movie we decided to go is Stuart Gordon's Reanimator. So that's what we ended up watching tonight. We're going to talk about it a little bit.
Yeah.
So that's what we're going to start off with. It's starring Jeffrey Combs as Herbert West, which I love this
Amazing.
fucking guy. Man.
Amazing.
He's been in the movie The Frighteners,
Glasses.
and he was fucking awesome. In it.
I mean,
that's the
notes-
guy with the glasses, right?
Right. the
Right,
glasses,
That's
he
a
was
really
the-
short guy.
Yeah,
The
he
German-
played,
the
he
German
played
with the glasses.
Herbert
Yeah.
West. He was the main crazy scientist motherfucker.
He is creepy, and I love it. You
Yes.
know, like he plays that off really well. For
And he
me.
does it every fucking part he's in. He's fucking
He's like,
awesome.
he was never shocked. He was just like,
What are you doing? You're messing up my work.
you think you
like a
can do that?
creepy
I'm
Rick
so much
Moranis,
better
you
than
know?
you.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so and then we got Bruce Abbott as Dan Kane, which was the
What?
friend, and this fucking guy's hair.
Oh my god!
Oh
this
my
guy's
fucking god. It would never stop. I mean, he was in crazy situations and his hair was fucking impeccable.
He would be like fucking getting
coif god.
choked,
yeah,
and
yeah.
like he'd be like,
just that quaif of fucking
He got
Perfect.
he
Her.
got thrown
he did.
against the wall.
He did.
And then he slid, like, so his whole body slid from the wall down to the ground. And if I was to do that, my hair would be all up and fucked up.
for real. And let's not forget
And
though,
he
when
shows up all pristine.
when he
He's
hit
just
the
like-
wall too, there was a blood stain behind his head when he
So
fucking
he hit it
So he hit
hard.
it hard.
He hit it hard, man.
And it would have gone up, and it.
He must use some
And what's
pomade.
up with this guy always being there, like whatever, like
Yeah.
after the fact kind of
Yeah,
thing?
so
you
he
know?
would be there like every time somebody would need him, they'd be like, he'd be right there, bam, with the
Boom,
coat.
There he is
Like
with the
he's-
fucking like,
with a coat or
doctor's
something.
coat.
He's
Yeah.
transporting. One minute he's in the
But he's, like,
hospital
in the
helping
morgue
out
now
this
and
chick,
stuff.
and then the next minute it goes to another scene, and it's the doctor like, "Oh, I'm gonna make this guy come to life."
Right.
Oh my God, he's gonna kill me.
Yeah.
And then he's
And
right
fucking
there.
Dan's right there, right?
He's right there. Like, oh my God, you needed me.
But where did he come from? You know?
Fucking white Superman shit.
And I do feel like this movie was a lot about just making bad decisions. Like Herbert West and Dan Kane just made bad decision after bad decision, and they were always using that solution, that green, glowing
Mountain
green
Dew.
solution at the wrong times. Jesus
Yeah.
fucking Christ.
Which person do you think was stupider?
Definitely Herbert West, man.
Well, Rufy was probably like the smartest one of them all.
Is that the cat?
That's a cat.
That's
Rufy.
the cat. Oh, the cat. So yeah, so he murders his friend Dan Kane's. Herbert West murders his friend Dan Kane's
Yeah.
cat in one of these scenes, and he brings it back to life. And that motherfucker just went wild, man.
Oh, I'm sorry. He said that he
Honestly?
suffocated him, and then he put him in his refrigerator.
And then the cat's head looked like it was twisted off.
Guess what? He like brought him back to life again.
He suffocated because his head
man.
was twisted off. That's why.
Twice.
That cat, man, he didn't deserve
Bring him
that.
back
He was the
twice.
victim in my book.
Yeah. Yeah.
So okay, the next person we got in line is Barbara Crampton as Megan Housley. Housley? Something
Halsey.
like that.
Halsey.
I can never get the last
I
name
don't know.
right.
I got stuck on like those titties, man.
Man, we've seen her titties so many times. Okay, so the boob counter in this
Yeah,
movie was
right.
3.
And
I
this
think we
tit.
saw at least 3 titties.
Well, we had 3, but then like a long 3. Like this.
Yeah, the third one was
fondle,
long.
the fondle.
Yeah, so she was in it a lot with her
Can we
her
rate-
shirt off.
In like
For the
all these
recording.
different situations and stuff,
Can
like
we
the
rate
doctor
her
is
titties?
like his
Can we
head
what?
up.
Rate her titties 1 to 10. For the
Okay,
recording.
rate her titties 1
well,
to 10. What are we thinking?
you
I
know.
mean, let's put her to the horror movie standard. This is a horror movie review
right,
show.
right.
So in horror movie standards, what would you rate the chest?
They did it so delicately.
They're all 10.
The dead body was very
They're all
delicate. The dead body was very delicate with what he was fondling.
The early dead
There
body
was
with the
no,
woman.
like-
Yeah.
There was a very clear like line to shape them. Yeah.
I'm remembering. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I will say, the more I saw the
They
titties, the
wore-
better they got.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, I mean, that's fair. That's fair.
They weren't really slopped to the side. They were there. Like, she's been working out her boobies.
It's kind of perky.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
was. They were really small, but they were perky.
I don't know. Like they were like
They're
C cup,
well,
B,
they
C
weren't
cup.
like non-existent, but
Right. I mean, they were
Like-
you could see that they were like they were
they were
boobies.
there.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
were there, but they
was a
were
very-
small.
The
It was a
doctor
very-
who lost
yeah.
his head, he seemed to like him a
Yeah.
lot.
Like,
That's
whoa.
true.
But goddamn, that girl was such a fucking trooper throughout the entire movie, man.
I know.
I mean, as an actress alone, like holy shit, the shit that
She
she
just
went
Got
through
to
in
laid-
that
take your shirt
fucking
off
movie.
again.
She lay there.
Holy fuck. And Barbara Crampton, she's actually been in a lot of different types of cosmic horror movies. She's kind of known for that. So she's been in like From Beyond, which is another movie done by Stuart Gordon and shit like that. So she's been in a lot of different movies like that. And
Oh, really?
she's
I
a
didn't know
fucking
that.
trooper. in
Did
this
they,
one.
wow.
did
Holy
they do
shit.
stuff like that in the other movies too?
Well, I don't think she shows her chest in From Beyond. I could be wrong about that, but
I
that
feel
should
like
be
that
another
could
one
be
we
next
watch
movie.
because
Yeah.
that
I
one
would,
was
like,
fucking
I would
good.
like to watch that just to see, because if she does, I'm gonna have so much more respect for her to
Right.
be able,
I
to be able to pretend that she is knocked out and be like, she wasn't touched. She was like full on fondled.
fondled by a dead body.
And then
Yeah.
when she became alive, she had a head with blood in its mouth, just like lick her ear and then go down and lick her nipple and her whole tit with the blood dripping
And maybe
down
some
from her
more.
chin, and then go all the way down.
But let's
to
not
the
forget
vagina.
about one important fact: is she had her fucking arm out. She could have gotten
did.
loose.
She
She
did.
did.
She coulda
did.
tried.
She
Yeah.
had both
Oh, she
arms
tried,
out,
all right.
and she-
Yeah.
and
She was like,
she was like pushing.
No.
She had her hands like she was pushing him away.
You know what she was
But
doing.
it was away and then down.
She's
so it
doing
was
that
like,
girl thing where she's like, "No, don't.
Yeah.
Oh, just
Yeah.
I'm glad you
no."
said that, you know, because
Yeah.
like some of
'Cause
our
if I-
listeners
if
would
I
be
said
like,
that,
"Yo,
ooh.
man."
No. I'll say it. I'll
right,
say
thank
it.
you.
It was like,
Yeah,
it
it
was
was a-
like, no.
It was a very common exploitation movie thing. Like we need a chick that just gets her top off.
Yeah.
Even from like really cheap like exploitation movies like this that like really break through in cult movie status.
Yeah, so
Yes,
this movie
yes,
did
yes,
break through
yes.
as cult movie status. by the
But
way.
it
Did it
also
really?
It is a cult
Nice.
movie.
But it also like at the same time like Jaws, like Steven Spielberg
Oh,
making
right.
Jaws, like the
I
beginning
mean,
of the
that
movie.
was
We
like-
remember it starts with a chick getting completely naked and skinny diving,
Oh,
and
it
like,
started like
and then
that
she
with
she's
the-
gotta
getting
get
dragged
that
down.
kinda
It's
like,
you
yeah,
have
that-
to
that
do-
kinda like that
there's a
setup
kind of
and
thing.
shit, you know?
Absolutely right.
You're
So
playing
it's
to your audience and
Hey,
stuff.
that's-
You know
that's
who's
hot.
watching
totally,
this?
totally.
And the next guy, the last one that was kind of like some of the main actors that I'm going to talk about is the David Gale, who played Dr. Carl Hill, who was the headless doctor guy,
headless
right?
guy, right?
So throughout
Yeah.
the entire movie, this guy was
Mr.
just
6 to 12 minutes.
the
guy.
creepiest motherfucker, man.
He was fucking.
He was
he was
creepy.
super creepy once he lost his head too.
Yeah,
Because it
even
was
worse
like all
when he lost
eyes
his
and
head.
stuff.
But even before that, I mean, he was just
Yeah, like right when
little
the
weird.
dad became all like
Oh yeah.
evil or
He
not
was
evil
like
but
creepy
dead.
dad.
Are you talking about like
right?
Hercules? You're talking about like Franco Columbo? You're talking about the super brawny guy that just
No.
raked.
No,
wreaked
I'm
havoc?
talking about the
The
doctor
doctor
that had
guy.
the head.
Yeah,
Not the
the
guy that
headless
threw him
guy.
around.
Oh,
That
okay.
guy.
Okay,
Yeah, so him, he was just
the mastermind, like
Yeah, the
Yeah,
mastermind.
the
He
villain,
vibed-
if you will.
It's crazy because he vibed immediately. He's like, okay,
Oh,
I'm a headless
yeah.
head. I'm a bad guy.
I mean,
Like,
he
Yeah,
was
yeah,
bad
yeah,
when he had
like
a head.
You,
Yeah,
and he was
from
like
the very
super
beginning.
bad.
this is not new to me. I'm a
Yeah. And like, I know that he's super smart and he's a doctor and whatever you want to say it, but when he was dead and
he was dead.
injected himself and everything,
Oh, yeah.
I feel like he became even smarter.
Yeah.
And with,
He became
with
like
what
super doctor guy,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I got that vibe too.
Yeah, because everything that he was doing after the fact was like,
I need more Mountain Dew.
yeah, yeah, and it was like
His body was really
he would do
dumb,
things
but
that
he
didn't
was
make
super
sense,
smart.
but then after you thought about it, it would make sense. Like the guy, his like body, like spilling all the blood into the little bowl that the head was in. I thought he was gonna like drink the blood, but he was pouring it into the little bowl so that he can absorb it.
absorb it through his
And-
neck.
Right,
vein.
right. He
Yes,
knew it
like
was a-
like it was water. Like
So-
he needed it to
Yeah.
stay alive.
So can we talk about for a second, like when he like turned the tables on people? He's like, "Look at what I got," and like all the dead bodies like
That's
came
right.
out.
Yeah.
So
Were
that
they
was
ju-
all
were they
him,
just
right?
That was all
pretending?
He like all like injected them or something.
I guess he
you
had
know?
time to inject him at some point.
Because he's
all-
like,
most
I
of
got
it.
my posse
Which-
here.
Yeah,
And all
he
of
had
a
a
sudden they
posse.
all came
And
to life.
that was like a really Call of Cthulhu like way to end that little that's those you know,
Yeah.
that ending part. It was really cool. How
It was like a fucking rumble.
and all of a
after
sudden
that,
the
you know?
little dick tentacle monster came out and started wrapping up
It
her
was
breast.
like
Right.
intestines.
Yeah,
of
yeah, it was like
someone.
this intestine.
Yeah, but it was like Cthulhu all the way with like
Yes.
tentacles and shit.
Yeah, it's tentacles coming out, and there's like everything's attacked.
But guess what? Dan was still hanging out there. He's like, I'm here.
With his fucking hair.
And his hair
Yeah,
looked great
Never
the whole
fucking
time.
changed. You know?
He has blood everywhere.
Yeah,
on
but
his
his
shirt.
hair-
His
his
shirt
hair
is
was like-
teared.
Yeah.
His
Oh, man,
pants
yeah.
are dirty, but that hair.
Never let him kill your vibe. That's the thing.
Nah.
That's
So-
the thing.
Imagine like he's leaving the house with Meg, and he's like, "We gotta go, like save the dad and kill the people and blah blah blah." Wait, my hair. Let me just like he looks in the mirror at
yeah.
the door before he leaves.
Before he
like,
came in,
and
took
he
the coat.
he takes the comb out of his pocket and is just like, "Okay, let's go." Let's
Like,
go.
think about how much fucking product that guy's got on his head, you know?
Oh my
So
God,
it's the
John.
best pomade.
Could
I
have
mean.
just like set everything on fire.
So I'm at this. We're gonna go to like some little bit of trivia. So
okay.
apparently, the
that.
special effects department went through about 24 gallons of fake blood during the shoot
Yeah, I
of this
believe that.
movie.
Worth it.
Yeah, that's
Makeup effects John Nolan, I hope I'm saying that right, said that the Reanimator was the bloodiest film he had ever worked on, which I could see because that movie was
No,
fucking
You
bloody.
needed that for that kind
Yeah.
of movie, though, right?
Yeah,
I
that
will
movie was
say
bloody.
the blood was on point.
It was. I mean, it made
really was.
It kind of made it fun to watch. I'm gonna be
Yeah.
honest. It made it fun to watch.
It did.
Because shit was flying in the beginning of the movie. Shit was blood and it was fucking good, you know?
And you can kind of tell from the blood in the older movies and how it looked and how it like thick it was and everything like that versus then where it just splattered and the consistency and the color of it. Oh my God, it was blood.
It was a lot. And
Well,
so if you like that kind of
24
thing,
gallons.
this movie got it for you. I mean, that guy said that he had only ever used 2 gallons of blood on a film
And
before
how much did you
this.
say that he used?
24
gallons.
gallons.
Wait.
So yeah.
That's a lot.
It's a lot more than he had ever used. So this was also, I think, if you really think about what it was kind of a modern telling of Frankenstein in a lot of
because
ways.
you're bringing him back to
You're
life
bringing
and
him
shit,
back to
right?
life. There was a mad scientist aspect to it. A lot of ways, this was like a retelling of a
Well, even the
Frankenstein.
sequel's called like Bride of Reanimator.
Yeah, so we didn't
isn't it?
talk about
Right,
that. This
okay,
movie
yeah.
also
Oh,
has
man.
2 sequels. So it has Bride of the Reanimator, and then the next movie that came out is Beyond the Reanimator, which is the third movie, which came out in 2003. The other one came out, I think, 2003 was the last one, which
So-
was Beyond. Yes.
They never really talk about where that like Reanimator juice comes from, right? He just like has it in like
Yeah,
his fridge,
so
right?
I think that would be the only aspect that would be Lovecraftian about this movie is that the unknown aspect of where he got the serum. It's like almost like the forbidden knowledge thing of the Call of Cthulhu kind of thing.
And maybe that's why it's green and so like.
And it
you
really
know,
turns shit wrong. I mean, shit goes
Right.
bad when he fucking starts injecting
Yeah,
shit.
So you just throw that shit in there, and then you see what
Yes,
happens.
he's
right?
the one that's doing it.
Like
yeah.
every single person that he injects, mistake after mistakes.
Yep.
There's half of them are trying to kill him. Yet it's like, let me do it again.
You're right. Give him more.
Right, and I
Do
because
it again.
there is
We're
a,
gonna OD on
A
there is
Mountain
a
Dew,
book
bruh.
that H.P. Lovecraft wrote called The Reanimator, and that's what this is loosely based on. I mean, very loosely, but
Have a dead body, bring him back to life, and see all the chaos that like happens from that. Okay.
yeah. So, did you guys like the movie? Let's just talk
I
about
did.
that.
loved
I
it.
mean, I liked
It was
watching
great.
it with
Think
you
about
guys and shit. Like, it
great.
was a little campy and stuff. Like, the acting wasn't like
Yeah.
A plus,
Yeah,
but like
it
I
was
liked
very
the gore.
B-movie acting,
But,
but it was
like, yeah,
it was
I
good
could
in
see
that
how
way.
there was like a cult following for that and everything.
Especially at the time it came out, that had been one of the goriest fucking movies, you know, aside
Yeah.
from like Evil Dead or something.
Yeah. And it's funny you bring that up. Like in the same vein of Evil Dead, it's like a small, tiny group of people trying to make something above like their weight, punching above their weight in a sense. Like holy crap, let's make something that's really bloody, like really special effects driven.
Yeah.
The fact
24
that-
gallons.
Well, it's
Yeah,
yeah,
24
totally.
gallons,
Like
right.
the fact that 6'5" doctor is just like half the movie. He's headless, and it's also there's a guy in a bodysuit
Yeah.
without a head, moving a head around, and
I
they're
thought
trying
that
to work
was great,
against it.
dude.
Like
That shit was
that's
amazing.
amazing. That's always going to be amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. So would you recommend it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, you guys go and watch this movie. This fucking movie's
would.
great. I
Yeah.
think it was a classic, and that's why I chose it for the first movie. But I think that's going to be all from us. We're going to kind of get off here. We're going to be watching more movies soon. This is just something we tried out. We're going to see how it goes. See you guys later.
Peace.
Bye, bitches.
I had to pee so bad.
I'm going to keep that in. All right. I hope you enjoyed our first episode of the Critheaded Concoction of Terror. I really love the Reanimator, so it was great to share it with my friends that never saw it. We do plan on going beyond cosmic horror movies at some point, but for now we thought we should stay with the same theme as our main actual play show. Eventually we'll be watching movies like From Beyond, Splinter, and Black Mountainside, all with that cosmic horror aspect we all love so much. Don't forget to give us a like, follow, subscribe, or tell a friend about us. It helps the show out tremendously. And catch up on our Call of Cthulhu actual play podcast on this same channel. But I'm going to leave you all with that. This is your Crypt Keeper Eli signing off. Stay weird, my peoples.